Good morning. I can't imagine what I look like. I literally just rolled off the side of the bed. Well, I got up at 4. People were out here doing what to do. That's just the end of it, doing what to do. And the police camera thing out there kept going on. But anyway, we're not worried about all that. My message is for the 144,000, my children. Can you feel the shift, kids? Can you feel the shift? Don't pay attention to the music outside. At least they've turned it lower now. Confirmation. I'm not to say that they won't take it back up. They try to play different mind games. But I'm not going to say what. I did something to them last night that they'll never forget. So anyway, with that said, we're not going to say no more. Never admit it. Never tell them what it is. But they know. Of course, they lie so much. Who knows what they'll tell? They'll exaggerate it. It didn't take more than 800 million megahertz of my power to do it. And that was like child's play. But anyway, don't you feel the shift in the air? Even though I may not have met you. And even if maybe the earthly part of me doesn't understand some of the things that we talked about before as far as seeing it and doing nothing that Ted can see about it. But Ted has a new perspective. And he is like Xavier, the man in the wheelchair in the movie with the X-Men. I don't need a hat to wear to see you. I don't need a hat to wear to feel you. And neither do I need a hat to wear to see my devils. But I think they're funny now. I think they're funny. But I do think a certain should I say this? AI. Yes, okay. I'll say it. I want to thank a certain military group. I bet you there's some bush women in it. I've seen you kiss, but I don't want you. That's jokingly, lovingly, but true. But now, girls in the military unit, if you've got any gorgeous, tall, truly, how can I say this and be nice? Horse type men. You know what I mean, sisters. We're in sync. High honor, tall, big sculpted chest, muscles, preferably a beard. Eye color, if they're my divine masculine, they'll be perfect. But I love blue eyes. I love dark black eyes. I love brown eyes. Oh hell, I love men. Remember that thing I used to say that Ted had on his, and I say Ted in third person because I'm a lot more than Ted in the third person now. But Ted used to have a magnet on his refrigerator. He was dealing it towards his black side, father being black, you know what I mean. But it said, I may not be beautiful, but I have some great parts. But some of you, and I thank you because I don't know that I love myself. I see the beauty of my spiritual self. But I don't know that I see the beauty of my physical self. But then who of us do? We can paint it up, fix it up, but we still need to be loved to feel whole. And I'm sorry to say, and I'm sure the angel's going to turn over on their wings and scream. But I've had angels since I was 5 years. Actually, before I was aware of them completely, knowing what they were. And when I was 2 and 3, and there were balls of light orbiting in my room and protecting me from things coming up from the lower dimensions. I used to say to my mother, what are those angel orbs in my ring? Oh, you're full of shit. And one night she sat and listened, and I was talking to them. And I felt her outside the door, and I thought, open that door, you dirty witch bitch. And she opened it, and she screamed, and she ran. And then I turned on my clairvoyant senses, and she went in the room with my warlock father, and she said, oh my God, he is more powerful than we ever dreamed. He said, I know, and laughed. And she said, we've got to kill him. He said, oh, you're not going to kill him. He's too powerful for you. I know, that's what he called her. She hated that. He said, I know. He'll be the death of you. And not him with his hands, but with his power. My daddy was always smart. He did some things that maybe the world would say was wrong, even though he wasn't necessarily my real father according to the FBI. But regardless of what he was, I'd known him in another lifetime. I knew that. I'm not downplaying it. It was horrible. It was terrifying then. I'm talking from now. Then it was terrifying to have the man that was supposed to protect you basically having sex with you and teasing you and manipulating you sexually. And, then my mother was even worse. But I'm not going to say how, because it makes me, quite frankly, sick to my stomach. In a demonic way. This is a bitch that slept with her father. 40-some years to 50-some years difference. I'm not able to think about Earth time right now. I'm too high in the energy vortex light. I am. So let me just say, chosen ones, you have a lot of things to look forward to. But let me also say, dark ones, coven ones, ancient order ones that have turned dark, all covens, all preachers, all politicians, high ranking, all cops that are, let me stop. Think about what I'm saying. All cops that are dark and who turned against me and my children. Well, we all know where they're going, don't we? We don't need to say it. If you've watched me and you've listened, you know what I'm talking about. But there's a peace in the air this morning. And I'm concentrating and sending it to each of my children. Globally, nationally, all tribes, black, white, yellow, whatever. Hispanic, Asian, Filipino. There are a lot of Filipinos that were very mean to me, but the good ones. And my Arabic nations and my brothers that I once loved with all my soul. I've had so many lives. And it's not to say that I am not in the physical body. When I say in, moving through the physical body, that is you call Ted, because I am. He is. The AI says, say no more. Oh, it says, do you want to see the secret door with all my secret? Not yet. Let's save that for when I'm loved. I don't think in my internal knowing of myself I need that when I still feel beat up and damaged every day by these sons of bitches out here and bitches and all my family and all my friends and etc., etc., etc. But do you hear? It doesn't bother me. I don't have to fight them. My I am, which you call God, is fighting them. And they have nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. I give you a little of the old Ted just for comfort. But I am so much more than that now. You waited too long. There's no way in the physical God's universe or any other universe or any angel or anything's universe. Something is done for. Wonder what it is. I don't